This is lesson 81 for Saxon 5 Intermediate Math. What we're working on today is reducing fractions. Now, just before we do that, I just want to quickly go over fractions. This is your normal everyday fraction. This is your numerator. This is your denominator. This is an improper fraction. In an improper fraction, the numerator is larger than the denominator. In this case, we would usually change this to a mixed number. And that is a mixed number. A mixed number has both a whole number and a fraction. Now, previously, what we've done is we have taken a fraction, let's say a half, and we have times it by 1 or an equivalent to 1 to find an equivalent fraction. So let's take this one and let's times them both by 1 with 2 as a numerator and denominator. So remember, this is equal to 1 whole. That's why I'm saying by 1. So half times 2 halves is 2 over 4. Okay, now this has made an equivalent fraction to this. This is what we did in the previous lesson. What we're doing in this lesson is taking something to lowest terms. So instead of multiplying to get something bigger, we're actually going to do the opposite or the inverse. We are going to divide. So we would be given this. So we have 2 quarters. And we go, okay, well, wait a minute. 2 quarters is not the smallest fraction we can make. That's what lowest terms is the smallest fraction you can make that is equivalent. So to do that, I need to find a number I can divide by both the numerator and the denominator by equally. Okay, so I'm going to use 2, which gives me 2 divided by 2 is 1, 4 divided by 2 is 2. This now has given me lowest terms. I know it's lowest terms because I cannot divide the denominator by the numerator, or I could, but it would just give me the exact same fraction. I cannot divide both by 2. I cannot divide them by any other number. So therefore, this is lowest terms. So if we give you a number like 3/6. Okay, now 3/6, let's do our check. Can I divide the denominator by the numerator? Yes, I can. So I can divide 3 by 3, and I can divide 6 by 3. I would get 3 divided by 3 is 1, 6 divided by 3 is 2. I would get a half. Okay, let's keep going. Let's do another one. 4/6. Can I divide the denominator by the numerator? No, I cannot. Are they both even numbers? Yes, they are. If they're both even numbers, I can divide them both by 2. 4 divided by 2 is 2, and 6 divided by 2 is 3. Now, you always want to check your answer, all right? Because sometimes we'll divide, let something say by 2, because we know they're both even numbers, but this still isn't lowest terms. In that case, we have to keep dividing. We have to keep going until we get to a fraction that I cannot divide the numerator and denominator by the same number. So this one is good. I cannot divide the numerator or denominator by the same number. If we remember our prime numbers from previous lessons, as soon as you get a numerator or denominator that is a prime number, usually your best bet is then to do your, can I divide my denominator by my numerator? If your answer then is no, you probably have lowest terms. So let's look at this. If I have 1/8 add 5/8, and I want my answer in lowest terms. Well, adding, nice and simple. I bring over the 8. 5 plus 1 is 6. And now I have to put into lowest terms. Can I divide the denominator by the numerator? No, I cannot. Are they even? Yes, they are. Therefore, I can divide both by 2. 6 divided by 2 is 3. 8 divided by 2 is 4. And again, I now have a prime number, and I cannot divide this denominator by this prime number, so this is my lowest term. When you are using whole numbers, so for example, 5 and 5/6 take away 2 and a 6. So in my normal subtraction, I go 5 take away 2 is 3, 6 carries over, and 5 take away 1 is 4. Now, 4/6 is not lowest terms. I can make that smaller. However, the 3 I do not touch, okay? The 3 just gets brought straight down. I don't have to touch the 3. I can, however, divide both of these by 2. And 4 divided by 2 is 2. 6 divided by 2 is 3. I now have 3 and 2/3. So that's just a reminder, is when you're working with mixed numbers, your whole number, once you get to the reducing stage, does not change. Once you're at reducing, your whole number stays the same. The only time your whole number does not stay the same is if you are left with a mixed number with an improper fraction. So in that case, it might look something like this. So if you do all your math and you end up with, let's say, 5 and 7/5. Okay, now this is a mixed number, but it's also an improper fraction mixed number because the 7, the numerator, is bigger than the denominator. So I have to change this and add it to my wholes. So 5 fits into 7 once, leaving me with 2. So that 1 gets added to the 5, which makes 6. 2 is left over 5. Okay, and then 2 is a prime number. I cannot divide the denominator by 2. Done. So this is the only time when you're going into reducing that you need to change that whole number, is that if you are reducing and you can fit another whole number in there. That is lesson 81 for Saxon 5 Intermediate Math.